It's showtime.
Hey, welcome to Did You Watch Survivor Last Night? My name's Jake Scheidel. This is a podcast about reality television and friendship in which I ask my best friend, Thomas Powell, if he did indeed watch a certain reality show. Hey, Thomas, how you doing today?
Jake, I'm doing well. It's a snowy holiday weekend in Grand Rapids. We got kind of dumped on last night.
Mm-hmm.
I have basically not left my bed all day, which is good. That's how you know it's a good Sunday.
Yeah, it was, we got, I think, the same snowstorm, but like 24 hours earlier.
Yep.
And I did not realize how bad it was going to be, so I did not do any, like, grocery shopping beforehand, and I really needed to.
Oops.
So I basically ate, like, 2 eggs all day yesterday. And then by the end of the day, it was nice enough that I could order some food through an app. Ooh, I do need to call Grubhub, though, because they didn't deliver one of the things I ordered.
Uh-oh.
So I got to remind myself to do that later today. Thank you. Thomas, speaking of yesterday, did you watch Heroes vs. Villains last night?
Jake, I did.
This episode was called I'm Not a Good Villain. How did you feel about that
I
episode?
thought it was pretty good.
I liked it. I was very pleased with it. So this first aired on April Fool's Day 2010. How old would you have been? April 1st, 2010.
I would have been 19 years old. April Fool's, I would have been 18 years old.
Hilarious. You're such a good jokester. Do you remember any of your really good jokes and pranks from when you were 18 on the April Fool's Day?
No, I don't know that I had any.
You love jokes, though. You're always you're
I'm something of a prankster, I think we could say.
You're kind of the Batman's prankster of my life. That classic villain. How many viewers do you think this got?
I'm going to say like 11 million.
Yeah, 11.26
hey,
million.
All right. I'm getting the hang of
You're
this
getting
thing.
closer and closer
Getting the
each
hang of this thing.
episode.
I know how old I was, and I'm getting the answer right on some of these. So
that's good. This episode started on the villains tribe. Rob says that something doesn't feel right about the last vote. Russell believes that he is a bridge between Jerry and Parvati. Parvati promises Jerry that she will take her to the final 4. Do you think that this promise will be kept?
No, absolutely not.
You do not think Parvati and Jerry will go to Final 4 together?
No.
Why not?
Because why would you trust anyone saying that this early?
Fair point. Over on the Heroes tribe, Colby says that they can't keep letting the villains win and that he needs to step up. But Colby's Superman, remember?
Yep.
He's going to win the game.
From what I've heard, Colby wins this game. I haven't read anything else
always
about
so
the
good
season.
at winning
I
Survivor.
unfortunately had it spoiled for me that Colby wins. That's why we're celebrating Yawk right now, Year of Colby.
The Year of Colby. Finally. People have been begging for
As
it.
Schoolboy Q
Australia
says, Yawk, Year of Colby.
I want to do Yawk, where we watch Australia, and then All-Stars, and then we watch Heroes versus Villains again. and then obviously Winners at War again, because he's on that, because he did win Heroes versus Villains.
Yep.
And Australia. It's the first two-time winner.
Yeah, he's the first two-time
Yawk.
winner. Yawk, 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 Yawk.
At the reward challenge, they play basketball in the water. This was good.
Yeah.
I think every challenge should just be some form.
Honestly, if you're playing basketball in a challenge, it's probably pretty good.
Yeah. The heroes win. Over on the reward, Candace finds another clue to the idol. The heroes all agree that they will use it against the villains at the merge. I can't wait, Thomas. I'm so excited for you to see what happens.
Oh, man. I bet it's going to be really good and organized, and it's not going to completely blow up on them because of probably something JT does.
And you have not seen this season, right?
No. Look, it's not hard to see where this is going.
Not at all. On the villains tribe, Russell tells Jerry and Coach that he will take them to the top three. Coach says that she and Jerry...
Also something I definitely believe is going to happen, by the way.
Right. The three most trustworthy people in this game. Coach, Jerry, and Russell. Coach says that he and Jerry are honor bound in this game. Is that a person I should...
No, I just thought the way that you said it made it sound like one of them was named Coach Jerry, and I like the idea of one of them being named Coach Jerry.
I think it's good. I have a really good simulated season idea for when we do that. That's really hard. Or a very convoluted theme, but it does involve Coach, so I'm very excited to explain that when we finally do that in a future off-season. Coach and Jerry are honor-bound in this game. Why does he think that?
It's Coach Man, you know?
Coach Man.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman. But, it's... Who knows why Coach does anything that Coach does? That's an inscrutable man.
Jerry is not trusting Rob. Coach is not pleased with her moving forward toward Russell's alliance. And then in a talking head, Jerry says, "You can't be the good guy to everyone and win this game." Coach is the most interesting person who's ever been on the show, I think.
Yeah, he certainly is in the conversation.
At the immunity challenge, they have to collect bags and solve a puzzle. Any thoughts on this challenge?
This doesn't sound like an immunity challenge on this season. That's honestly been the biggest issue. Like, I think the reward challenges have been good. The immunity challenges have been pretty generic by Survivor standards.
Honestly, looking at my notes, I read that and I was like, I just watched this 2 days ago and I could not tell you what happens in this challenge. I mean, part of that is on me for not taking more detailed notes, but also I don't really care about what happens in the challenges. Just tell me who wins. Yeah. And that is the heroes. At the villains tribe, Russell tells Rob that he wants to vote out Sandra or Courtney. Well, Sandra and Courtney are sitting with them. Wild move from Russell. Love it. Rob and Coach debate voting for Parvati or Courtney, but Rob ultimately decides to target Russell because he's sick of him, I guess. And then Coach and Rob agree that they will be together on the last day. Do you feel like this is an agreement that would be kept?
I have some advanced information that this may not happen.
Yeah.
They'll be together on the last day, just not in the game. They'll be...
But technically, they did keep that agreement. Russell then floats the idea of taking out Rob, which Coach considers. Rob tries to get Jerry back on his side. And then they go to tribal council, and Coach says the word "hope springs eternal." Isn't that from something?
That's just like a common saying.
Okay. I mean, I knew that, but isn't there some movie with
Isn't there a movie
Al
called
Pacino
Isn't there a movie called Hope Springs? I think there is.
I think you're right.
Jake, I think it's time we bring back a beloved segment on this show.
Ooh, is this Tom's IMDb corner?
Let me take it to the movie, shorty. I'm sure later on you will be my baby.
We're looking it up. We're seeing if there's a movie called Hope Springs.
Oh, man. What are you finding there, Thomas?
Wouldn't you know it, there is. There's two, actually. But the one I'm thinking of is this one, which is, it's got Meryl Streep and Tommy Lee Jones. It says, after 30 years of marriage, a middle-aged couple attends an intense week-long counseling session to work on their relationship. And also Steve Carell's in it, presumably... Oh, he's the doctor at the thing. Yeah, I remember this was one of those movies that was coming out. I mean, it's a little bit later than those, but remember, like, Something's Gotta Give, or those movies where they're like,
yeah,
hey, old people fuck too.
Old people are
Bet you didn't
sad
think
in their
about that, but old
relationships
people
also
are
horny.
also able to be horny.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I'm granted 50 years too young for that market, but I don't care for it. I also don't like movies about young people being horny. Stop being horny in movies.
Jake, the thing about
unless you're a cat.
Jake, the thing about old people being horny is it's complicated. Man, I'm surprised this isn't a Nancy Meyers movie. This is like everything about it seems like it should be.
David Frankel
The other one...
I also looked it up.
The other Hope Springs, not the one I was thinking about, has Colin Firth and Minnie Driver and Heather Graham. And it has a very 2003 looking poster.
The guy who directed Hope Springs also directed Marley and Me and The Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah, all right. You're talking about the Tommy Lee Jones one, right?
Yes, yeah. The old people get horny too.
Yeah.
I hope that I'll still be horny when I'm 70.
Yep.
He also directed a movie with Steve Martin, Jack Black, and Owen Wilson. What a cast. Probably very good, right?
This has been a very productive...
Probably very good and memorable.
Tom's IMDb corner. We're learning a lot.
Okay, what are we doing? Hope Springs Eternal. Coach says that. He also says that Tyson was the bridge between the two alliances, which honestly feels inaccurate. Yeah. I don't know why he thinks that.
Tyson really tied the team together. That's what I'm hearing.
Mm-hmm. Russell quotes Rob by saying, "If you ain't with me, you're against me," to which Rob says, "And you're against me." I will say, as much as I didn't care about this rivalry at all, the editing has been very good for this tribe.
He says, Rob says, "You want to shoot me? Shoot me."
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite old person horny movie?
Probably The Sentinel, starring Kiefer Sutherland, because he's horny for justice.
My favorite horny old person movie is probably Bicentennial Man.
I think the true crime podcast thing's getting out of hand with the sequel to My Favorite Murder, my favorite horny old person movie. Stay sexy and don't get horny old person movied.
What's the movie that also has Steve Carell and Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone?
That is... Oh, what the fuck is the name of that movie?
Sexy...
Crazy Stupid Love. Yeah, sexy...
Future sex love sounds.
Yeah.
Sugar sex magic. That's a solid movie. I watched it one time and didn't not enjoy it.
I haven't thought about it since seeing commercials for it, so... I just thought about it again. Isn't like Emma Stone in that?
Yeah, Emma Stone's in it. Ryan Gosling's in it, I think, and he plays
Ryan Gosling is in it, and he plays a cool guy.
He plays a real cool guy who has a scorpion on the back of his jacket.
Yep, he bashes a guy's head in with a hammer.
No, he's like a big time douchebag, which is not his usual character, and he does a very good job at it.
He's quite good at it though, because he does that in The Big Short too, and he's very good in The Big Short.
Oh, I forgot he's in that. So this is Thom.
Ryan Gosling. This is a podcast about where I asked my best friend Jake Seidel if he likes Ryan Gosling.
And the Goslings at the river.
I do.
And the answer is always yes.
Yeah. Each episode is 45 seconds long, and 30 seconds of it is the intro and outro song.
Yep.
They vote. Russell gets 3 votes. Rob gets 4, and Courtney gets 1 vote from Coach. Then Coach tries to get up and hug Rob, and as he leaves, Rob just says, "You're a little man." It's good. It's good. Coach versus Rob was way more interesting than Coach versus Russell, to be honest. True. The second episode we watched this week was called Expectation. How do you feel about that episode title?
It's named after the producer's favorite Tame Impala song.
Which one's that?
Expectation. That album came out this year too, so maybe they did have that on mind.
I got expectations.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
That this will be good. Yeah, I was listening to that song earlier. The one that Rihanna did also. Uh-huh. Where do you fall on the Rihanna versus Tame Impala debate?
I think the Tame Impala version is better, but the Rihanna thing is a respectable cover. I think she could have gotten a little more ambitious with it. She basically just did a verbatim cover of it.
Yeah.
Which is fine. It's fine. That's my view on it. I like that she did it.
I think her voice works well for that style of music.
Yeah.
So I thought it was good. How do you feel about Expectation? You think it's a Tame Impala reference, even though this show came out 10 years before that album?
That album came out in 2010.
Oh, when you said this year, I thought you meant literally this year that we're talking about right now.
No, yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's weird.
No, it's on their first album.
Okay, that makes more sense. April 8th, 2010. How old would you have been, Thomas?
Jake, April 8th, 2010, I would have been 19 years old. Week past April Fools. No, I was actually 18 years old.
Oh, well,
Another
that's
one
really...
of my classic Franks. That's Joker's Gambit. You do April Fools.
Joker's Gambit, my favorite cross-universe character.
How twisted is it to do an April Fool's joke a week after April Fools?
My favorite thing about Joker Gambit is how he always has a stack of playing cards, but all 52 of the cards are the Joker card, but he still fires them at people like they're
Cajun
lasers.
Joker. Truly, I feel like I've decreased the sanity of the room by even bringing up the possibility that Joker could be Cajun.
I want to see Joker Gambit. Oh my god. Thomas, you know what we gotta do?
Yeah, we need Marvel to buy DC so that we can.
We need Marvel to buy DC so
Disney
they can all be
needs
Disney.
to buy DC.
Let's do an Avengers versus DC villains Survivor simulated season.
Oh man, that sounds like something that you would have to pay me to do.
Can you imagine how epic that would be?
It would be fucking epic, bro. All of the
it's like
characters.
Iron Man
and
versus
I would
the
point
Joker?
at them because I recognize them and I know them.
Gambit versus...
I know who that is!
Gambit versus the Scarecrow?
Crazy.
Can you... Hulk versus Ra's al Ghul.
Give that the Oscar. That should be nominated.
Give it the Oscar already. Give our simulated season the Oscar. It'd be good.
If anybody tells me that that's not a good idea, I'm gonna pinch their lips and I'm gonna say, "Shh, just let people enjoy things."
Doctor Strange versus Dr. Robotnik.
Oh man! All right, well we're throwing the Sonic universe in here too. Okay.
And
then they all fuck.
And then they all fuck at the end. You get the after credits scene. You got to stick around.
Yeah.
How many viewers do you think this episode got? It's called Expectation.
Probably less than if it was this great idea that we had. But I'm going to say that it got... I feel like it would be lame to say 11 million again, so I'm going to say 12 million.
Wow, you're doing great. 12.38 million.
Nailed it.
Over on the Villains Tribe, Parvati and Russell are proud of their play. Coach blames them for Rob being gone. Even though Coach could have saved Rob. Again, he could have saved his ally and chose not to.
Coach doesn't have control over his own mind. Like...
That is like the greatest summation of Coach's character I've ever heard. It's... Coach
He can't drive a game because he doesn't even know what he wants.
Yeah, he knows what he wants. He wants to be seen as a good guy. But he doesn't stick up for anything. He doesn't, pick a side ever.
And also, he's a compulsive liar, so...
Oh my god. Coach is really shitty when he talks to Jerry about their vote. I don't like how he talks to Jerry. It's so condescending and rude.
Especially considering he's not a good player and Jerry is.
Mm-hmm. Coach doesn't think that they'll win another challenge. Why do you think that, Coach?
That's fucking weird. They've been dominating that and they lose one challenge and he's like, we're never going to win again.
Well, Tyson... I guess Tyson was their strongest player.
They lost Tyson and Boston Rob, so I guess that will make it harder.
Yeah. But maybe Coach was right about Tyson being the bridge, because they did kind of fall apart as soon as Tyson disappeared.
That's true.
Maybe Coach is actually very good at Survivor. Maybe
when
he comes back,
he probably should have voted Russell out then, huh?
Interesting idea. Over on the Heroes Tribe, JT goes searching for the idol before everyone else. He finds it, and then Candace finds him. So he tells everybody, but Candace does not trust him. Why? Because he's playing a super obviously shady game? Over on the Villains Tribe, everybody complains about hunger, and they think that they are about to merge at the reward. When Rupert sees Boston Rob's been voted out, he assumes there's a women's alliance.
And you know what they say about doing that.
It's bad. Bad news, don't do it.
Yeah.
They don't like it. Jeff Probst doesn't like women's alliances. JT whispers to Russell from across the bow, hang in there. And then Jeff says, drop your... And then he sings the Tame Impala song.
Yeah.
Expectations. Jeff is very fun.
Jeff is fun.
He's just a fun guy.
He's having a good time hosting this season.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I can't wait to see how he responds to next season. Apparently, Winners at War starts with a champagne toast.
Hell yeah.
I'm very excited. This challenge is just bowling. It's, like, I like bowling, but
yeah.
I don't know if it makes a great challenge.
No, maybe not.
It's not great to view. The heroes win. Congratulations to them. JT thinks that he'll have Coach and Russell when they do actually merge. And boy, howdy. At the Villains Tribe, Jerry and Sandra fight at one point, and Sandra claims that she should be with the heroes, which I agree with.
Mm-hmm. She's a hero. I mean, we wouldn't be doing a year of Sandra if she wasn't a hero to us.
Thomas, I just thought of the greatest idea for our Avengers versus DC villains game.
Sure.
Superheroes versus villains. Huh?
Oh, alright.
Jeff Probst, call me up. You can find my phone number on the internet, probably. She tells Courtney in a talking head... No, she tells Courtney, or maybe in a talking head, Russell's the type of person, if he finds out someone's gunning for him, he'll take them out. So she targets Coach. Sandra? Just a fantastic move she made here.
She's no dummy.
She's no dummy. Courtney tells Coach that she's next and that they're all playing Russell's game. Just planting a little seed there. And then Sandra tells Russell that Coach is thinking he made a mistake by taking out Rob instead of him. Just planting that little seed there. Let them do the work. Smart move. Sandra, very good at this game, in case you didn't know.
She's the best social player of all time.
Yock Sween.
Oh, boy.
At the Immunity Challenge, they have to race through some mud and collect flags. Any thoughts on this challenge?
I don't remember much of it.
There was mud.
There was mud. I do remember there being mud.
Let there be mud.
It was like Woodstock 94 over there with all that mud.
99? What are you talking about?
No, Woodstock 94 was the mud one. 99 was the one where everything went to shit.
Literally?
Yes.
Ugh. Grody. Brody Stevens. What?
Please, let's just move on from this bit. I'm pulling the ripcord on this one.
Good call. At the Immunity Challenge, the heroes win. Villains Tribe, Coach says it's time for him to shine off into the horizon, like Team Rocket.
Yes.
Blasting off again.
The Villains Tribe is blasting off again.
He's planning to vote for Courtney. Danielle is not on board with voting for Coach. Russell suddenly decides that he actually wants to vote for Courtney. Sure, Russ, whatever. Sometimes I'm like, Russell's such a great player, and then he comes in as like, actually, last second, new plan. What are you doing?
He's a little too devoted to playing chaotically sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's not that it doesn't need to be that chaotic.
You know who I learned that from?
Make an easy vote.
You know who I learned chaos from?
Who? Cass?
The Joker. The Joker,
of
Cass.
Yep. And yeah, I think we're revealing here that they're one and the same.
Mm-hmm. Two sides of the same coin, Joker and Cass. Maybe even, you might argue, same side of the same coin.
Yes.
Let's talk about these wildlife shots. Let's talk about these wildlife shots, Thomas.
Sure.
There's turtle, there are bats, there are birds, crab, lizard, whale, some sort of cricket or bug, something, I don't know. And then also the Australasian swamp hen. Do you know anything about the Australasian swamp hen, Thomas?
I don't. I've never heard of this animal before.
Oh, buddy, are you in for a treat? It's got a black body with a blue throat and chest. It was established in New Zealand about 1,000 years ago and had invaded Australia since then. When confronted with danger, they will often just walk away rather than fly away.
All right, I like that.
It's very good. While they can fly, the takeoff, flying, and landing is clumsy. In Samoa, it was known as the chiefly bird because in old Samoa, chiefs would keep them as pets. They are considered schemy and determined birds, and they will steal eggs from each other.
All right, I'm liking everything I'm hearing about this.
It's just a good bird. I could not find the size, but if I had to guess, I would say probably 2-ish feet tall. Kind of looks like a chicken, but like a bigger chicken. A fowl, I guess. Also, not on Samoa, not in Heroes vs. Villains, but did you hear about the vultures that are fighting ice?
Yeah, aren't they taking out like communications or something?
Yeah. So we've talked about vultures on Wildlife Shots before, and I guess this is just a thing that all vultures do, but they get bacteria on their legs, and they kill the bacteria by vomiting on their legs. But the vomit is so acidic that they're in, like, southern Texas, and where the border control is, and they have not satellites, whatever those things are called, that the vultures will, like, perch on and clean themselves, and the acidic vomit will eat through their little metal device.
Yeah, it rules.
It's so good.
Nice to have direct action from these vultures.
Honestly, I stan vultures now. I always have, but now especially.
We stan is what I'm hearing here.
And even if
I'm an American, and I stan.
Even if the vultures were just like the vultures landing on the little metal device dish thing was just like them naturally doing it because, that's what birds do. They apparently will like lift prey like 300 feet into the sky and then drop it on the dish. Like, this is incredibly intentional, and it's my favorite thing. All right, let's talk about this tribal council. Jeff discusses the challenges and says 99% of people would pick Rob or Tyson over Courtney, and Courtney says, "Thanks, Jeffrey." I stan anybody who calls Jeff Jeffrey.
I like Courtney.
I like Courtney a lot. I don't think she's been back since this season, which is unfortunate.
It's a shame.
Russell says that he wants to keep the tribe strong and keep trust. They vote. Coach gets 4. Courtney gets 3. So Coach is out of here.
Coach is on the jury. He's the coach of the jury.
Yeah, so I guess Merge is next week. Or next episode. So that's exciting. Man, I'm excited. This is good. This is really ramping up. You thought the pre-merge was good, Thomas.
Oh, man.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, I've already been enjoying this. It's crazy to think that it's going to get even better.
Like, when was the last, breaking them into pre-merge and post-merge, when was the last time you had this good a time watching a single section of a season?
That's a good question.
Because it sure wasn't Island of the Idols or
Nothing
Edge.
comes to mind, honestly.
Well, David versus Goliath was fun, right? Well, that was right before Edge, right?
Yeah, that was good. Second Chances.
Well, that was like 5 years ago now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about it. There were parts of Ghost Island that were really good, but...
No. Not according to Reddit.
I don't know why people did... what's not to like about that season?
People just don't like... I'll say, you came into the Survivor community at a weird time with 31 because it's people will say it's gotten too meta now, and so they're like all advantage heavy because everybody played so hard with the advantages in Cambodia. So now they're trying to recreate that all the time, but everybody agrees like that's not what made the show good.
Yeah.
What made that season so good is that they had to do that. So trying to recreate that every episode it's not going to take. Whatever. We don't produce the show. A show I might be on in the future if I want to is called The Circle. It's on Netflix, and it's actually it's very good. Thomas,
I've been hearing a lot about The Circle. Not even just from you.
It's so good. They released the last batch of episodes this week, and I powered through them. It's just so good. It feels like production was trying to push one message about social media, and it completely backfired. And it's just so nice. It's like they try to make it really dramatic and try to like force all this drama, but it's just a lot of nice people being nice to each other.
Interesting.
It's really good. I really enjoyed it. I think you might like it. Also, big news in the world of Did You Watch Survivor last night? Brant Steele, the website that hosts the simulated season, has something. It has a bunch of shows you can pick characters from. And I was looking through those, and I noticed one called WWE.
Oh, interesting.
So I looked at it, and at first I thought it was all the contestants from the Mae Young Classic. But I think there have only been 2 seasons of that, and the contestants are listed up through season 4, and one of the contestants is AJ Lee, who definitely was not in Mae Young Classic. So I have no idea
She's never been in the Mae Young Classic. Yeah.
And I was like, maybe it's Total Divas, but I don't think she was on that show either, and that's got way more than 4 seasons at this point. But it's only female wrestlers.
Okay.
So I was inspired to make a simulated season, because I was like, wait, didn't John Morrison just marry a female wrestler? And he did.
He did.
Taya Valkyrie, who is one of the people listed. So I was like, what if I made a Blood versus Water season called Friends or Lovers? Where everyone has some sort of intense connection with somebody else. So I'll tell you, the other people, 2 of the other people cast on this season were The Miz and Maurice, because you could pick two from the challenge. And it expanded from there. We were joking earlier when we were saying this is the year of Colby. It's actually the year of Sandra. It's the year of Sandra. Hashtag year of Sandra. Nope. Hashtag Yaz Queen for the year of Sandra on all social media. War is now less than a month away. I'm getting myself hyped. Who, Thomas? I'm sure you haven't looked over the cast since it was like first announced. Is there anybody that comes to mind that you don't know much about that you want to learn more about? So remember, we'll be picking people in a few weeks.
No.
You just want to go in knowing like a third of the people.
I think it would be interesting to have first impressions, you know?
Sure. Yeah, definitely. If you want to, in the next few weeks, watch some Cliff's Notes videos for anybody, let me know. I can send them to you because there's a billion on YouTube. Okay. And I have been watching a lot of them because I'm very excited. It's going to be a good season. You can follow us on Twitter at DYWSLN. You can follow me at Jake Scheidel. Thomas?
Follow me at Thom.
Have a great summer.
Deuces.
I wish you could swim like the dolphins, like dolphins can swim. No, nothing will keep us together. We can be them forever and ever. We can be heroes.
I am excited to see Dennis Rodman play Survivor. I think it would be crazy. I think you would have to be crazy to not want to see the Worm play the classic game of Survivor that we all know and love. I can't wait to get into the action.
The thing is, he's like gonna be very good at Survivor when you really think about it.
Oh, I think he would be too. But the thing that I now that I think about it a little bit more too, the thing that's crazy to me is that I'm very excited about Dennis Rodman playing.
The second episode we called this week into the Hulu machine. We said Expectation. Ugh.
Who could forget The Miz? Certainly not me.
Never me. Couldn't be me.
Then who?
Mike Mizanin. Hell yes. What a solid dude that guy is. Right? We all love him.
We can all agree that this team is going to be awesome.
Awesome. Yes.
Yes, that's what he says.
It's a bad guy again.
Yeah, he's cheating to help Jomo win, right?
Yeah. Yes, he is. Damn. Alright. I think we got everybody. Guess what?
What?
My internet fucking died.
Oh no!
Hooray! We did it!